Now that I've graduated from college and found a full-time job, it's been super beneficial for me to have a consistent source of income so that I'm not only able to pay rent on time, but also allocate a certain amount of my budget for the various expenses I have. Trust me, rent, groceries, utilities, transportation can easily add up, and you can find yourself in a little bit of trouble if you're going out to the clubs every single weekend and balling on a dollar you don't have. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 ways that I've allocated my paychecks and that I think is a super beneficial way for you to make sure you guys are managing your finances correctly and ensure your bank account is never on E. So let's just jump right into it. Now, number 1 is you need to set up a savings account. And while yes, as soon as you get your first paycheck, it's very easy to want to go out and spend it on all the things you've been waiting to pull the trigger on, but do yourself a huge favor and start saving a part of that hard-earned money. Trust me, there will be plenty of opportunities for you to reap the fruits of your labor later down the line, but if you don't start setting aside a portion of your paycheck for those monthly essentials, you're eventually going to get to a point where you're really not going to be able to afford anything. Now, for a majority of jobs, you'll probably get paid twice a month. So my general rule is use the first paycheck to pay for things like rent, groceries, any major expenses you're going to have in that first half of the month, and see how long you can last off that first paycheck and set aside that second paycheck for any sort of rainy day fund. This is also a really great way to help you budget your expenses and make sure you only spend the amount that you're allocating for. Trust me guys, as an adult, it's very easy to want to go grab drinks with your friends or go out to the clubs or buy that new piece you've been eyeing, but in reality, being frugal and setting up a savings account is probably one of the smartest things you can do. If you guys haven't done it already, it's really never too late to start. Now, the second best thing you can do with your paycheck is set up a recurring investment. Now, as an econ major, I can't lie, I was never that much into stocks, but now that I've graduated, I've realized it's a really smart idea for me to start setting aside portions of my paycheck. While yes, it can be a little bit intimidating putting away some of that hard-earned money until a day much later in the future, you have to think about the bigger picture of your money and realize that having that sitting in the bank isn't going to make you any more money. And to be honest, you don't really even have to start with traditional stocks with the rising popularity of cryptocurrency. Yes, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin are all great cryptos to start off with, but there are several other options that can provide great returns down the line. And like I said, buying and selling crypto or stocks can be hard to manage all your finances. That's why lately I've been using the sponsor of today's video, Robinhood, to simplify my investing. Now, if you're like me and you don't have the time to manage your portfolio or get anxiety from market volatility, with recurring investments you can customize on your schedule, budget, and choice of stock or crypto. Now, they also have something called dollar cost averaging, which spreads out your crypto purchases over regular intervals in equal amounts. I found that dollar cost averaging is good for people who may not have a lot of money to invest but want to develop the discipline of investing, slowly build their wealth, and stake in crypto over time. If you're looking to start your journey investing into crypto, make sure you head to the link in my description to check out more of what Robinhood has to offer. Now, moving on to the third thing you should be doing with your paychecks, and that's going to be investing in yourself. Now that you've started to get your bread up, it's a really great time to start investing in yourself, your businesses, and your personal endeavors. Obviously, as a photographer and videographer, there's always new equipment that I'm eyeing, but a rookie mistake is going out and blowing your first few paychecks to pick up that new gear, when in reality, you should have been setting aside a couple of $100 every single paycheck to eventually make that investment. And since you've been grinding so hard, I know you want to treat yourself to those brand new fall pieces, but don't try and ball out on a huge shopping spree, when in reality, you should only be picking up 1 or 2 pieces here and there and not spend racks on a coat on an impulsive decision. Now, number 4 is buying things that will last. Now, like I mentioned before, reaping the fruits of your labor is something that everyone should enjoy after a long month of hard work. But the older you get, the smarter you have to get with your purchases. Meaning, rather than spending a quick buck trying to buy a piece that will only be in trend for a couple of months, it's a much better investment to start investing in higher quality pieces that will last you much longer. For example, rather than buying a cheap $20 t-shirt that you know is going to rip over time, buying something like this that's made out of better quality is not only going to last you a longer time, but will also save you more money because you're not going to have to constantly replace that old t-shirt. Now, this doesn't just apply for clothes, but the more important pieces in your life, such as furniture, bedding, cooking ware. The older you get as an adult, the more you realize there are a couple of things in life you really just shouldn't cheapen out on. So making sure you invest in a high quality mattress or a couch that will last a long time and is comfortable, or cooking ware that you know is quality, is one of the best ways to elevate all your standards, but also ensure that you don't have to constantly be replacing things every single year. Now, number 5 is creating experiences. Now, this may seem self-explanatory, but there's a reason people have weekends. It's to go out, it's to make memories, it's to hang out with your friends, it's to explore your city. And the reason this comes at the end is because if you're at a point where you've already checked off all the previous ones, then you're now financially free to spend as you please. But there's still ways to be smart about this. Rather than getting fast food every single day, save that money and go out to a really nice restaurant once in a while. Skip the club for a couple of weekends and use that money to rent an Airbnb with a couple of your friends, which is not only going to be more fun, but actually create memories and experiences you'll remember forever. Or skip the clothes and the shoes and use that money to buy a plane ticket and travel to a place you've never been before. At the end of the day, paying for experiences rather than materialistic items will always be the smarter investment. Guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Those are 5 things that I think everyone should be doing with their paychecks that should not only help you guys budget your expenses, but also make sure that all that money you've been working so hard for is being spent in the right places. If you enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to drop a like down below. Let me know what else you guys want to see in the comments. And as always, folks, don't stress, finesse. Peace, y'all.